Empoli are rock bottom of Serie A, and AC Milan, unbelievably, are struggling in mid-table. So let's go smash their faces off. Welcome to the DP Dome. It is time for Project Palermo. I am your old mate DP, and since you were last here, we have done some winny things, and it's been a hell of a lot of fun. Let's have a look at what we've been up to. We'll just switch over to the right view for everybody. And we've won a bunch of games, although we did draw 1-1 with Napoli, Tammy Abraham scoring. We beat Monza 2-0, Tammy Abraham scored. Real Sociedad in the Champions League, we won 4-0, Tammy Abraham scored. We beat Spezia 2-0, Tammy Abraham didn't score. But the gift, Sakane got 2 goals. We beat St Etienne. We dominated this match, but we just couldn't convert all the chances. We had something like 20 shots on target. It was nuts. Tammy Abraham scored. And then we played Parma. We eked out a 1-1 draw, which was a little bit disappointing. Parma are turning into a real bogey team for us. Tammy Abraham scored. So we're going to play Empoli and Milan today. Empoli, we're away from home. Milan, we are at home. And as I mentioned, Milan are in all sorts. I don't know what's going on there. It's a bit weird. But you can see here in Serie A that Empoli are all the way down here with just 2 points in the league. That is not great. But Milan, with 20 points, down in 11th. They're below Bologna. They're below Cagliari, Sassuolo, Udinese, Torino. Us, they shouldn't be below us. So I'm a bit excited to see what we can do against Milan. But first, we need to navigate our way past the Empoli folk. And we're going to have a crack at that right now, straight off the bat. A little bit of rotation in the squad. So we've got Falcone in goal, Gallo at left back. Fontanils is filling in at centre back due to an injury that has occurred to Maturo. He is out for another 4 weeks. He strained his abdominals. He's got sore abs. Mercandali is the other centre-back. Cittadini filling in at right back because Daniliuc is also injured and he's going to be out for another 2 weeks. The injuries have been piling up. Berg playing as a defensive midfielder. Casella and Lopez as the central mids. Tuna playing on the left. Macme playing on the right and Abraham up front. Tsakane and co, they've been away on international duty. But the biggest news is this. Otto Graziani is almost fit again. As you can see, his heart's not quite full. His heart's not in it. His heart's always in it. He's a champion, but he's not match sharp. He'll come off the bench, but very glad to have him back in the team and a little bit excited to get him back and playing again because he's very, very important for us and he's been great, but the injuries are really frustrating. I've also been looking at centre-backs recently because there's interest in all of ours and I've got my eye on a couple, but we need more money. I've been talking to the board a bit as well, asking them for more transfer budget, more wage budget. They did increase the wage budget by a couple of $100,000, but not the wage budget. They just weren't having it. They also weren't interested in building a new stadium at all. Sheikh Mahmoud, or whatever his name is, Masood, I don't know. He got very testy with me. He was not a happy camper. So figured it was best I just drop the subject and protect myself. That's a lovely ball and a lovely goal by Macme. There's no flag raised, but the ref's going to have a look at it. That was a fantastic bit of play. I didn't even say the word. I'm so excited. Checking the goal, and that goal has been awarded. Let's have another look at it. So you can see here, ball from Chihuahua over to Fontanils, playing as a libero. That's fancy. Berg over to Macme, who was in full flight. He's just leathered that into the side netting. Tammy Abraham was there thinking about sticking his head on it, but he's let the kid have one, and that is a goal in the first 20 seconds of the game. We'll see here at the finish, he's hit it, and 18 seconds. That might be the fastest goal in club history. And as mentioned, Empoli are rock bottom, and I think we might be seeing why. If we can do that in the first 20 seconds, this might be a very, very long match, and we may not get to Milan today, depending on how many highlights there are. But it's early days. Let's not get too carried away. Here's Tuna now on the left-hand side, filling in for the gift as discussed. Lopez is there lurking for a header, but no joy. Berg is collected, though, bursting forward from defensive midfield. He's been fouled in the area, and it's a penalty after 2 minutes. No question. And that is very, very promising as well. The ref's going over to the TV. He just wants to catch up on his news and current events, possibly watching an episode of Parks and Rec because it's a great show. I really like it. If you haven't seen Parks and Rec, check it out. And if you have, you should check it out again. It's fantastic. Penalty awarded. Should be Tammy Abraham stepping up. There he is, wearing the number 26 for some reason. Go figure. And he's buried that, continuing his excellent run of form, scoring all the goals. Number 14 for the season for Tammy Abraham now. I was very worried after last season when we brought him in and he really didn't hit the ground running. I was a little bit disappointed, but I think we talked about this last episode. Now that he's settled and is used to the system, we've got some more good quality players around him, especially the youngsters who just keep getting better. He's firing on all cylinders at the moment, and it is a joy to behold. We're 2-0 up. I want to praise the lads, but now Empoli have a highlight, so we'll just hold off on that in case I praise them for doing something really stupid. Which wouldn't be the first time. I cleared that. Here's Kasea, who's been in excellent form, the loanee. I'd love to keep him here permanently, and as part of his loan deal, we do have an optional future fee. Unfortunately, that optional future fee is £59 million. We currently have a transfer budget of 1.4. So I don't think that transfer is overly likely unless we sell half the squad. But you never know. We do have close to £70 million in the bank off the back of our Champions League success. There's McMee with another goal. His second of the season, his second of the game. He's having a lovely time. We found his level playing against Empoli, but he's on fire, and I'm absolutely here for it. Gallo with the ball across. Abraham not quite up to speed there. Lopez was lurking as well, but McMee's finished that. 24 minutes in, 3-0 up. Everything is coming up Palermo. Glorious. We're a good team, and our unbeaten run has been quite lengthy. So, oh, that's a good shot from Abraham. It's clattered off the bar. I think he was offside. Didn't seem to be much in that, so weird decision. But hey, I'll take their word for it. Can't really complain. We've had a penalty, got 2 goals. There's McNee again with a first half hat-trick, a 31-minute hat-trick for McNee. He's just shown up today. He did get a call up because we've just had an international break for Thailand, and I can't remember what he did. I do know that the gift, Sagane, scored 2 goals in the international break for South Africa. So he's quite good. He's also in the running for another award, I believe. I don't know which one it is. I can't remember. But he did win the Copper Trophy, so he's already got something in his cabinet. More trophies, I say. We want to win all the prizes. And I want one too. I missed out on Manager of the Month. I placed 3rd, which is annoying. I think Klopp won it again over at Inter. Ugh. Jurgen Klopp. Bane of our existence. Always causing trouble for us. That's disappointing from Gallo. Hasn't really got the job done there at all. Pretty weak challenge. I'll have another look at it, even though it pains my soul to concede a goal. Yep, Gallo didn't even really jump, and that was far too easy for the Empoli attacker. I would berate them, but we're well ahead. We don't need to see this replay again. We know the goal's been given. Why are you showing me that, Football Manager? Maybe Empoli have decided they've remembered how to play football. Who knows? We've got some defending to do. That's another good ball in, and almost another goal for them. We are in all sorts of trouble with Gallo trying to pick that guy up on the left-hand side. It is not ideal. What would be ideal is to pick up another goal before half-time. 4-1 up. Here's Gallo now. He needs to do some work to redeem himself after his brain fart a second ago. I don't know what that was from Abraham. Oh, it was blocked. You can see the text commentary down the bottom. I just thought it was a terrible shot. It was like Ranakia territory all over again. But Chona now gets tackled. That's gone out for a throw. Few minutes left in the first half. I will drop that praise now because we're doing quite well. Mackley's playing the game of his life, and I am loving it. Into the dressing room. A lot of shots on target so far. We'll just chat to some individuals. Namely, you know what? We won't. No point. Everything's fine. One error. Bound to happen because we're Palermo, and that's what we do. That was a bit iffy. I think it's Fontenil's actually. He's struggling. He's on a yellow card and a 6.6 match rating, so we'll probably look to make a change there shortly. Maybe move Sedadini across. That's a good save from Falcone, but we are under all sorts of pressure, and I don't think I can take it anymore. We're going to make that change now. I think Guerreri can come on. Yeah, and we might just swap them over. Play Cittadini in the centre, push Guerreri out to the right-hand side. Thusly, there you go. You can see him now. Anything else we can change? I guess I can take Macme off. We can swap Chuna over to that side. And we'll give Narakim a run on the left. Macme's done his job. No point leaving him out there and risking an injury, especially given the run we've been on injury-wise. Back into the action. Unpause the game, DP. Works heaps better as your hot tip for today. For Football Manager 2024, pause button. Very important. Maybe I should make a YouTube short about that to share my in-depth knowledge of the game. It's revolutionary, I know. Okay. Empoli now. Still knocking it about. I don't know where they've got this sudden attacking impetus from. That's just weak sauce. Defense-wise. Not good enough, gentlemen. What are you doing? We shouldn't be conceding these goals. We've left them wide open in the centre here. We've given nothing but space to run through. And that's on Cittadini. Letting that man get past him. Don't rate that. Don't rate that at all. I have berated them for their efforts. Berg's picked up a knock. I'm just going to take him off. Again, no point keeping him out there. Swap. I'll keep Levy there, actually. He can play as a defensive midfielder. I'll just change the attackers, so that's fine. And we might give Bullich a run up front. Just give it a try. I know we've weakened the team, but I don't think we've weakened it that much that we should just be starting to hemorrhage goals. Here's Shuna now with a free kick. Maybe we can get another one and stop the rot here. We can. Nurakim just on the pitch, and he's got his third goal of the season. I've been worried about him. I expected big things, and he hasn't been setting Serie A on fire. But that was a good effort, and he's done well there. Off the ball from Chona, so maybe I'll stop worrying about him quite so much. He just needs more game time. Or just needed a little bit more time to bed in, I guess, more than anything. Right. The ball is with Empoli again. Can we win it back and do another goal? We're up 5-2. We've been scoring a lot, as you've seen, when we were running through the previous matches before we got to this point. A couple of, 4 goals, 2 goals here and there. So we've been consistent, but the draws have been frustrating. We need to knock that off. We're still very high up the table, though, and comfortably in the Champions League positions, which is fantastic. We just need to stay there all season because we need to qualify and get all the lovely money. And part of the mission of the save is to win the Champions League. So to do that, we need to keep qualifying and getting better at competing. Quarterfinal last season was epic. I'd love to go one better and make a semi-final this season. I'm not sure we've got the squad to do it. And it's not disastrous if we don't. It's totally fine. We are still Palermo FC. It's only, our 3rd season now in Serie A. Cittadini doesn't care, though. He's going to nod in a goal. Will it be allowed? What are we looking at here? An offside or question of a foul? I'm not sure. The goal's awarded, so who cares? It's 6-2 now. Oh, it's glorious. Is there a better feeling in FM than when you just ruin a team instead of being cursed to play someone bottom of the table and have 3 players score their first ever goals for the club, which happens far too often. I know there's only a couple of minutes left, but we're going to make a change. Young Palacios can come on at centre-back. It's not going to break anything. It's going to be fine. Everyone else is okay. Confirm that substitution. Unpause the game. Further reinforcing my in-depth knowledge and skill. And that was dangerous. Falcone's just fallen over, but the ball's gone over the bar. No danger there. And that is game, Hendricks. A 6-2 win for Palermo. A lovely time was had by all. Macme has to be player of the game. Dominant performance from him and really good effort from Casella as well with an 8.2. He did really well. Love to see it. Right. We will head back across now and I will just continue on, I guess, until we hit Milan, and hopefully we can do to them what we've just done to Empoli. See you in a second. Game day for AC Milan, but we've got a little bit of a problem in the form of injuriousness. We have a lot of players sidelined. So Patrick Berg has picked up a knock. I think he might be right to play. This is probably a better thing to look at down here. Apologies, I know it's small. Antonio Gallo is out for 2 to 4 weeks with Achilles tendonitis. Romeo Lavia is out with a groin strain. Maturo is still out with his abadaba double ding dong strain. And Danilo still has his pulled knee ligament. So about a month before we get those players or all of those players back, which is not ideal. As a result, we've had to make some changes to team selection yet again. I don't know, it's probably harsh on MacMe not to start, but he's young and we're playing AC Milan, so I want Chiuna out on the right. We've got Falcone in goal. Young Maiolo playing as the inverted fullback on the left, which is handy because his manager just had a sook at me because he wasn't playing properly. Cittadini, Mercandali as the centre-backs with Guerreri out on the right. He's only fit, apparently, to play 45 minutes. He's going to have to play a little bit longer than that. Or we're going to have to go like 5 goals up in the first half again so that young Montano can come on and relieve him. Fontanils as the defensive midfielder. Got in trouble with his manager for playing him out of position. Centre-back for a couple of games, so had to put him back in that defensive midfield role. Patrick Berg is the attacking mid. Casella on the left-hand side because Lavia is out of action. Sakano on the left, Junior on the right, Abraham up front. I really want to start Graziani, but again, he's only fit for 45, so he'll come on in the second half and take over from Berg. Or maybe I'll swap those guys around. Yeah, that's better. Casella is the attacker and Berg is better suited to playing in support. This is a big game. I'd like to beat Milan again because it's fun and it'll keep us right up at the pointy end of the table. We're hovering around between 4th and 2nd at the moment. We've also broken our record. This unbeaten run has extended out to 9 matches, I think. That is a club record, so that was exciting. Apparently, the Milan manager is under a lot of pressure as well. And if we beat them here, he's probably going to get sacked, which amuses me greatly. MacMe was player of the week based on his performance against Empoli as well, so he's had a good time. The only other thing that really occurred besides all of those injuries was Yordanov came having a whinge about game time, or was about to have a whinge. I asked a member of staff to have a chat to him and they cracked the sad, so that didn't happen. Never works with staff members for me. So I had a chat to Yordanov after I reduced his agreed playing time from important player down to regular starter. He seemed cool with that. I went to move it again and drop him down to a squad player, and that's when he's kicked off. So that was disappointing. He's a bit upset now. He will get some game time. We'll get him on off the bench probably today and maybe give him a few starts and try to use Sakano a bit more sparingly because we've got another match in 2 days' time. So Yordanov can start that one. They are coming thick and fast. That was a poor ball. We've given that away cheaply and we're very lucky that Milan haven't scored on us there. And now you can see what I've been talking about where they're playing in a pink shirt as well and the visuals are quite hard to keep track of. They've got blue shorts, which makes it a little bit easier, but 2 pink tops. Surely that breaks some sort of rule or etiquette. Like, very odd indeed. Apologies to anyone who might be colourblind. There's not a lot I can do about it in this scenario. That's a good ball. Tuna's there, and we're 1-0 up against AC Milan. That's his 3rd goal of the season, I think, is what it said. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know down in the comments. I'm very distracted. Inter are winning again. They've got Cole Palmer. Keep forgetting about that. Dear oh dear. Kane, that's a great cross. And then Tuna attacking the ball in full flight. 1-0. He's a good player. But again, I am thinking ahead to his potential replacements. And in terms of building a Champions League winning squad or even a Serie A winning squad, as you can see, we're sitting in 3rd there, which is delicious. I think what we need is upgrades in defence, possibly just centre-back, someone who can win more of these headers and stop us conceding from corners. And rather than relying on these loans like Fontanils and Casella and so forth, we need some permanence, which means signings, which means we need money. So again, very important that we keep performing in the Champions League and bringing in all of the cash. This game, by the way, was expected to be a sellout. 34,000 fans or so in attendance. Really good crowd for us. I think our capacity is at about 36,000 or something like that. So not quite a sellout, but I'm assuming that's related to an allocation of seats for Milan. Oh, that was nearly a really good opportunity for Tammy Abraham Jr. there with a curling shot that seemed to hit the inside of the post and then bounce out. Must hit the outside because it bounced the other way. Otherwise, he's just breaking the laws of physics, which would be awesome. But, yeah, unlikely. McBean can come on. I think I will take off Berg now. We'll throw on Graziani and swap them over. Sakane's playing all right. We're just looking at fitness because, again, these games have been coming thick and fast. Those changes will do at the moment. Unpause the game, DP. Third time in this episode. You lot are being spoiled rotten. We're up into second place as it stands, so Juve must be drawing, which is brilliant. Sakane is exhausted. We're going to have to use all our remaining changes here. Jordanov can come on there. Say is tired, so Lopez can come on for him. Fontanil's as well. I don't really have another defensive midfielder. That's a bit of a problem. Montano? It's going to have to. That's it. That's a lot. That's all we've got. Just to maintain fitness. I think our next match is against Bologna, victims of our 9-goal demolition job last season. Or the season before. Can't even remember now. It's all a blur. So much Football Manager. So hopefully we can repeat that performance. It'll be amazing. That's a good ball through for Abraham. The flag's just gone up though. Linesman was behind my head here. But I saw it. And he's saying no goal, which is disappointing. Tammy's exhausted too. It's not great. Still 13 minutes to go. A 2-0 win there would have been fantastic, given the state of our fitness. Ugh, just too many games. I'm resting the players after every single match. All the starters get the next day off. Everybody else doesn't need one, so they keep training because they're resting on match days. There's no other training around. But, oh, that's good work from Jordanov to cut off that pass. Can he cross it in? Shoots himself and scores. And now I feel like a real jerk, having chipped him and yelled at him and had a bit of aggro with Jordanov. He's put me in my place, hasn't he, by scoring that goal. Does all the work himself, takes it away, then beats not one but two defenders, shoots past a third and the goalkeeper to give us that 2-0 lead, a bit of a buffer. And that should be enough to secure the 3 points, keep us in second place ahead of Juventus unless they score another goal or do a thing that means they equalise or win. I'm not sure what's going on with them. There's a foul in the area from Graziani. He's done for well to get into that position. The ref's going over the TV again. He cannot get enough of Parks and Rec. And yes, I'm aware I'm shouting out a TV show that hasn't aired properly or had a new episode for maybe 10 years at this point. Who cares? We've got a penalty. We're winning a football game. Tammy Abraham's going to step up. Chance to score, even though he's exhausted. Shoots, and that's saved. His match rating is about to tank. That's disappointing. But 4 minutes to hold on, gentlemen. Just don't concede 3 goals and we're fine. Or even concede 1. Let's just keep them out, please. Macme heads it clear, but only as far as the Milan player. Maiolo now clears. Jordanov having another run. Plays it across, looking for Macme. No joy there. He's not having a repeat performance today, which is a little bit sad, but I kind of expected it, to be honest, which is why he didn't start. And I had more vindication. I'm a genius. Do I know this game or do I know this game? There we have it. Juve did equalise or something. I'm not sure, but we've dropped back down to third just before full time there. I'm not sure who our player of the game is, but everyone did fine. Not going to single anyone out. And I just want to find out what's happened with Juventus. They drew with Cagliari. So we must have lost to them earlier in the season or something. Don't remember. Nobody knows what happened. Empoli got another point, though, off Roma. That helps us out. We're only 2 points away. 2 points. Spit it out, TP. What I was trying to say. From the top of the league, we're just going to rest everybody who started because, as I mentioned a second ago, that's what we do these days. Nope, that's going to move him. Aha. Excellent. Training. Rest. They're all going to have a day off. You can have a day off too. Not really, because we'll be back tomorrow with more Project Palermo, and that is going to see us facing off in a little while. Actually, you know what? We might have a look at the Supercoppa semi-final against Juventus, and we'll then play maybe the Coppa Italia? No, we'll play Roma and Juventus. If you're enjoying Project Palermo, do not forget to go down there somewhere, hit the like button so that the world knows you thoroughly enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. It would be greatly appreciated. That way you won't miss anything, and it also lets people know just how awesome I am. And isn't that really what it's all about? In the meantime, until next time, I shall see you next time. That's a whole lot of time. Say hi to your mum for me and be good. If you can't be good, don't get caught.